In this video, we're going to be going over all of the pros and cons on the new Samsung Galaxy A23 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. As you guys can see, we have the Galaxy A23 5G in the house right here, and honestly I've been liking this phone a lot. There's definitely going to be a lot more pros than cons in this video, so definitely stay tuned. And if you guys own this phone, and if you guys have your own pros or cons that you don't see in this video, definitely leave them in the comment section down below. It is always appreciated. Starting off with the first pro on this device has to be the battery. So the battery inside of this device is going to be a 5,000 milliamp battery, and this is actually going to have 25 watt fast charging. So 5,000 milliamp battery, already great off the bat. That's actually the same size battery that we have inside of the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and as you guys know, this cost about a quarter of that phone, so $1,200 compared to $300, as you guys see right here. And as well as that 5,000 milliamp battery, we have 25 watt fast charging, so that is actually going to be a really good fast charging rate, especially on a sub $300 phone. You don't see a ton of phones with 25 watt fast charging, even around 300 bucks. So really nice to see that here. Our second pro is going to be that we have a 6.6 inch beautiful full HD 120 Hertz refresh rate on this screen. And I guess some people didn't believe me that this had a refresh rate of 120 Hertz. So if you go in motion smoothness right here, it's going to show you on adaptive we have 120 Hertz, and we can actually go down to 60 if we'd like to save some battery life. But this has 120 Hertz on this as the refresh rate, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Very beautiful contrast on this phone. The colors are nice and punchy. Samsung usually does a great job with these lower tiered phones that they come out with, so really impressed with the screen so far. There is something about the screen that I don't like, but I will go ahead and state that in the cons. Third pro has to be that we have a very solid camera on this phone. I would say that this can pretty much stack up to the Galaxy A52, the Galaxy A53, any of those mid-range phones. Obviously it's not going to have the same sensors and stuff like that, but this still comes with a wide, ultra wide, and a macro camera. We can also use portrait mode on our front facing camera, but I have to say, for sub $300, you're probably not going to get a better camera than this. And of course we're going to have samples coming out later this week, so definitely stay tuned. And the fourth pro is that we have expandable storage. As you guys see, we do have this SIM tray, and we can expand the storage via micro SD card if you guys would like more space on here to store photos, ROMs, videos, all that type of stuff, up to 1 terabyte. So a lot of external space on here. There is one thing that I don't like on this as far as the storage goes, but we'll save that for later, and you guys will see that in a second. The fifth pro about this device is that we have actually pretty good protection as far as the screen goes. So we do have Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. That is something that we don't really see on this cheap of a phone, so beautiful that we have that on here. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. You're just gonna have extra protection. I was hoping for at least 3, and we got 5, so that was definitely a pleasant surprise. Going into the sixth pro about this device, the price tag on this device has to be a big pro, honestly. For $299, I think this is a very solid device. Now, you guys can, have a different opinion, obviously, but I feel like for $299, this is a extremely solid device. Not to mention that you can go to many other prepaid carriers and get this device for well under $300. Just for example, at Metro by T-Mobile, you can actually get this device for free if you port in a number. So there are many other great deals going around the internet right now on this device. Samsung even has trade-in deals for the Galaxy A23 5G. If you get the phone on that website, I believe it has to be a Samsung, Google device, and Nokia and all that other stuff. They'll tell you on the website. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to do a trade-in, but I do feel like it is a pretty decent price on this device. Getting into the seventh pro on this device, and if you guys have saw my gaming review, I actually did test Pixel Gun 3D, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, and Genshin Impact, and the performance was actually really good. It really surprised me, especially Genshin Impact, a game where, it's extremely graphic intensive. If you haven't played that yet, it's kind of like an open world, like Zelda game / anime type of thing going on there, but The graphics look good, it played well as well, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this because of the gaming experience, and I feel like a lot of you are going to be surprised, but the processor has been doing a bang up job on this phone, and that's why I put it in here as a Pro. Getting into A23 Pro, and this is a very self-explanatory thing, but we do have a headphone jack. Grateful that we have this on that phone, especially in 2022 and the tail end of 2022, because there are many devices that are out right now that do not have a headphone jack. So you have to get all of those annoying dongles and all the other stuff, and it's just honestly a hassle, number one, to even order one. They should just provide one inside of the box if they're not going to give you a headphone jack, especially around this price tag. So I really like that we have this for the budget people out there that just want to use their headphone jack, especially if you guys want to get the best gaming or listening experience on this phone. So great that we have a headphone jack in here, and I feel like most people will agree with that. Our 9th Pro on this, I know we have a ton of pros on this device. Usually I have about 5 or 6, and then we'll talk about other stuff. But if we go down to the drop down bar menu right here, we actually do have NFC capabilities. So we are going to be able to utilize that for NFC things and also Google Pay. So if you guys unbox this phone and you boot the phone up, you're actually going to see when you swipe up 2 little applications. That's going to be Google Pay and Meet. We also have Samsung Pay right here as well. So if you guys want to connect your credit card or debit card or memberships inside of this, you can actually utilize those applications and use NFC for payments at whatever terminal you're at. So that's really nice that they put this in a sub $300 phone. And the 10th Pro, and I feel like this is going to be the last Pro. There are many other good things on this phone, but it has to be the fingerprint sensor for me. The fingerprint sensor is very accurate. It's actually very, very quick as well. One of the quicker fingerprint sensors that I've used on a phone around this price tag. So I've honestly been really liking this. And as you guys can see, this is a accurate fingerprint sensor. You guys are gonna have no trouble with this one. There were some other devices around the $300 price tag, and I know a lot of you actually won't believe me, but the stylus, the TCL Stylus 5G, was lacking on the side-mounted fingerprint sensor. It would not work. It was very inaccurate, and I'm just glad Samsung came out with a good budget phone that has a very good side-mounted fingerprint sensor. So nice that we have that on here. Very appreciative of Samsung for putting in a very, very accurate fingerprint sensor. And those are the pros on this device. We're about to get into the cons, but as far as the pros go, I believe the pros definitely outweigh the cons, and I'm sure most people would agree on this video, but obviously leave your opinions in the comment section down below. But we're gonna go over just a few cons on this device that I think are a little bit of an annoyance, and let me know what you guys think. The first one is going to be that this has 64 gigabytes of internal storage instead of 128. I was hoping that paired with the Snapdragon 695 5G, 4 gigabytes of RAM, they were going to at least put 128 gigabytes of internal storage in here, especially at the $300 price tag. There are many other $300 phones that have 128 inside of their device. It's not a huge annoyance because we can expand the storage via micro SD card, but I feel like most applications that are out right now are over like 500 megabytes or almost a gigabyte. So definitely was hoping for 128 gigabytes, but just a little bit of annoyance that it only had 64. Our second con is going to be the style of the body. So the thing that I didn't like about this device is it looks exactly like every other phone that was released last year and this year. So it looks exactly like the A52, looks exactly like the A53, and so on and so forth. There are many other Samsung devices that look very, very similar, or if not just identical to each other. So kind of sucks that they didn't really change the design language, and obviously they're going to be changing that probably on the A54 and stuff. So hopefully they change that soon. I was hoping for something a little bit different, but it seems like they just recycled the same design, but not too much of a big deal. Our third con is going to be we do have a little bit of thicker bezels on the bottom and the sides, as well as a teardrop notch. Now, a lot of people were saying I don't really care that it has a teardrop notch, and that's great for you, but I have looked over hundreds of phones, and I just see this style come up over and over and over again, not only on Samsung devices but many other devices, and I feel like they just need to leave this design behind. It's kind of it kind of represents the budget feel, I guess, quote unquote, the budget feel. But I think it just looks cheap, to be quite honest, and I think most people can agree. I was hoping for the hole punch on this device. I feel like most people would like that, but if you don't care, you don't care. That's great. If you like the teardrop notch, you like it. That's good for you. But in my opinion, I believe this is a little bit of an annoyance, and it does take a bit of the screen to body ratio up. And the last con on this device, and I may have some more cons later on, but these are the official ones just based off of the last 48 hours that I've been using this device. But the last con is that we only have a mono speaker on this. I was hoping for stereo. I was hoping that we are going to have a speaker up there. Not just to have it. It would be great just to have it. But I noticed when I was playing video games and stuff, it was very, very easy to block up the bottom speaker right here while playing Call of Duty and stuff. You kind of have to go around it, hold it like this. You have to go at the bottom like this. Or obviously you have to wear earbuds and then go ahead and flip the device around like so. And I don't really feel comfortable with holding a device like this because the camera bump is right here. But honestly, that's just first world issues. I think that was just a con for me, honestly. But I feel like most people would enjoy this device, especially if you guys have wireless earbuds. You're not going to really have any problem playing video games or watching movies and stuff like that. And I feel like a ton of people do already have wireless earbuds. So if this isn't a con to you, it isn't. But I feel like for me, this is definitely a con. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. These were my pros and cons on the Galaxy A23 5G. Let me know some more pros and cons in the comment section down below. And let me know what else you guys would like me to do on this phone. Yeah, hopefully this video did give you some value. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.